All right, hey guys, what's going on? It's that Home Theater Dude. Got a brand new episode for you today. If you've been paying attention to the channel lately, I've been adding, preamp processors. The days of the 7.2.4. It's in my room. It's coming to an end. I went ahead and sold my Denon, so it's kind of like the point of no return. I have to keep one of these preamp processors that I just unboxed. So I have the RMC1 that's already hooked up right now. 16 channels from Emotiva, fully expandable up to 28 channels of Atmos. And then I have the Marantz 8805. That one's their preamp processor as well. That one's a 13.2, and then you can actually configure it for 15.1. So with those new speaker placements, there's different considerations that you need to actually make. Everyone always worries about speaker placement. Is my room right for this? Is it not right for this? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the original source. I read the Dolby Atmos manual initially whenever I got everything set up in the first place. And then now they've expanded upon that with all these new formats that, there's an expanded library that can actually show you guys, very plain and simple, what's going to work, what isn't. And here's a caveat, guys. These are more or less guidelines. And, sometimes rules are made to be broken. Everyone's speakers placements are different. Everyone's room's different. Everyone's room sizes are different. Everyone's budget's different. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys a very simple way on how to set up your Atmos speakers, your overhead speakers. So with this one, I'm going to be doing the 9.2.6. So I have 9 channels on the horizontal, 2 subwoofers, and then 6 speakers overhead. So I'm going to show you guys how to make your speaker adjustments or the speaker distances from your main listening position. I'm going to show you guys a really quick way to do it, and I'll show you guys right after the intro. Okay guys, so here's the absolute bare bones way to do this. There is a app on your iPhone that's called Measure. So click that and then click the little level feature. Very simple, level it with the horizon and then just tilt it to where you want it to go. To be even more precise, you can get a laser pointer and then it'll point there. Have someone go up there and mark that spot. You can also do the same thing with the rears as well. So you need anywhere between 35 and 55 degrees. So you pick. All right, guys, so this is the version that you don't necessarily want to, eyeball it or, use your cell phone to try to figure out where to put your speakers. I mean, that is a pretty good idea of how to get it done. But if you guys are a little more anal and you guys like to do it necessarily by the book, let's go ahead and show you how to do it. So here's the side profile of how to set up Atmos. So typically you're going to have your speaker directly above you. If you're going to be having the voice of God, it's going to be right over your listening position. But even then, the middle speaker row themselves, it would be spread out a little further than that. So it would still be right above your main listening position in line with that voice of God if you choose to have it or not. You're given a leeway of roughly 20 degrees either way. So I mean, if it's a little ahead of you, a little behind you, no big deal. You have some wiggle room. But here's the big thing. So with that main listening position, it's going to be directly overhead, right? So you have to think the height of your room, which is going to be that top triangle up there, and then the arrow is going to be pointing at your main listening position. That's the actual distance that we need. So basically, your entire room height, you're going to subtract that from your distance from your ear to the ground. So that'll give you the area that we need, which is this blue arrow right here. And then, so from straight up ahead of you, it's going to be either 30 degrees, 45 degrees, or 55 degrees. You pick. So that's going to give you this angle right here. And then finally, we're going to calculate this. This is this last blue line. This is going to be the distance from your initial main listening position that you're going to need to actually mount the speaker. So let's go ahead and jump into that. So basically what I was trying to explain is that you're creating a triangle, and it's a right angle triangle, so it should be really easy to figure out. So with the total room height, you're going to subtract that. So say in most US houses, it's going to be 8 feet. And you're going to subtract that from your main listening position height. So from your ear down to the ground, you're going to subtract that, and that's going to give you the height of this actual leg that we need, and we're going to refer to that as A. So in my instance, A is going to be 5 feet because it's 3 feet from the ground to my main listening position, and 5 feet is the leftover because I have an 8-foot ceiling. So here is the angle that we need to target as well. So like I was talking about, it needs to be anywhere between 35 and 55. So, I mean, depending on your room, you can figure out whatever you want. So I'm targeting a 40 degree. So since this is a triangle, this is inconsequential because you don't need to necessarily know that right now, but it would be 50 degrees because 50 plus 40 equals 90. And this right here is a right angle, so that's 90 as well. So all the insides equal 180. So here is your opposite side that we need. So we need to figure out the distance from your main listening position directly above your head to the speaker that we need to mount this, right? So this is what we're going to be doing. If that's right up your alley, just stick around for the math. It's going to be really easy. So here is tangent 40 equals opposite divided by 5. So it's going to be opposite divided by your A. So if it's, 3.5, you put that down there. If it's 4, you put that down there, whatever it is. So your main listening position ear height to the ceiling is going to be that 5 foot, 3 foot, or whatever it may be. So you have to start off with math. Very easy. You start with the tangent first. So you put in your phone or your calculator, tangent of 40, and then you multiply that by 5, so 5 feet. So you have to do this first. If you don't do it first, there's order of operations, PEMDAS. So that's going to give you 4.195 feet, and that's going to be your opposite. So that translates into 4 feet, 2 and 5/16 inches. So the magic number that we're looking for is 4 feet, 2 inches, and 5/16. So there you go. Very easy. All right, guys, well, I'm going to go over a really quick speaker distance calculation, and I'm going to be including this in my next video about how to set up the RMC1, how to, do the speaker levels, how to do the speaker distances as well. Typically, from your main listening position to your center speaker, you want that same distance to be the same distance in between your front stage. So your left and right speakers should be equidistant from your main listening position to the left and right speaker. Does that make sense? So the left and right speaker should be, 10 feet. And that should be the exact same as your center speaker to your main listening position. And if you're looking at your front stage, typically you can move them forward and backwards from each other to equal that 10 feet as well. So you want them to be more or less along the same. You're pretty much trying to recreate a circle around you is what I'm trying to get at. That's textbook way to do it. You don't necessarily have to do it that way. Pretty much, this is a guideline, so do it however you want to do it. But then over here, it shows that our Atmos speaker is going to be in front of our front wide speakers. In my instance, that's just not the case. It doesn't work with my room, so I already went ahead and mounted my front Atmos speakers, and then that's just the way they are. So I have my front wides go ahead and set out pretty far on the horizontal, and then over on your left and right, your surrounds, those should more or less be on right in line with your ear, right at your main listening position. They should be roughly 10 degrees from your main listening position, and then your back surrounds are basically where they're supposed to be. Typically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your front right or left speaker in line with all of your overhead speakers. That should work out pretty well in the sound dispersion. Again, this is kind of a loose guideline. I mean, set it up however you want it. If you get this latencies and the speaker distances and the actual levels proper, none of this stuff really matters. I mean, if you're in the general ballpark, it's going to sound great anyway. So, I mean, you guys let me know. If you guys like to actually do it, 100% by the book, let me know down in the comments. If you guys like to kind of, just go in there, shoot from the hip, kind of like I do, let me know down in the comments as well. If you guys found this video informative, really appreciate it. Make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe, and that's it. I'm gonna go ahead in this video here. It's very short and simple. Just wanted to go ahead and show you guys a really quick way how to, do Atmos and basically show you guys what I'm doing with the 9.2.6. So I'll catch you guys in the next episode.